Let's also now welcome in Mr. Sharma of JSPL. We've also got a lot to talk to him about, including the fact that we've had a whole host of a lot of focus, of course, building up on this side of the market as well, to see whether or not they'll be actually making the most of the comeback given the global cues and the recent pairing of debt that JSPL has also seen. Mr. Sharma, thanks so much for joining us this morning. If I could first understand the immediate implications, Mr. Sharma, of the lockdown that we've been seeing, how you've been managing at this time.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Though the time is very challenging and the whole country is facing a heat, but JSPL could do something different because from February itself, we started booking a lot of export orders. We took a tip from Honorable Minister, Mr. Pradhan's interview that Indian steel industry must look to exports. And we started booking orders from February itself. And we are pretty safe and we have a good size of quantity of orders for exports. I think more than 500,000 tons. And this is what we are doing now. So fortunately, we are not hit as far as the overall production is concerned. We will be in a position to do more than 550,000 tons in the month of April. We have done more than 570,000 tons in the month of March. So we are in line with our business plans.
Okay, Mr. Sharma, thanks so much for your patience. We're just dealing with a couple of technical glitches there. But taking from what you said, what's the order backlog as well that you're dealing with right now? Given the complete standstill in activity, it must have really hit demand quite hard.
Yeah, fortunately, JSPL is comfortable as of now because geographically we are located in the eastern sector of the country. And all the three ports like Paradeep, Vizag and Gopalpur, all three ports are working. So we started booking orders for exports in big way from February itself. And we have produced our highest production in the month of March. And also we are touching the same level of production in the month of April. So our total exports will be about more 500,000 tons in the current month. And for May also, we are fully covered. So we are not facing any problem because of support from Indian Railway and support from Paradeep Port as well as Gopalpur Port and Vizag Port, that is Visakhapatnam. So in Visakhapatnam, two ports we are using, Visakhapatnam as well as Gangavaram. So the condition here in JSPL is better, I would say better than many of the other steel mills perhaps. We are running full.
Great. You backed another order from the Kolkata Railways. What's the kind of timeline, the execution, delivery, the value of the order? If you could just share all those details with us. And we also understand that the defense segment is seeing some activity.
Yes, the Kolkata Railway is a different, altogether a very high value-added product in Indian Railway. That is basically a head-hardened material. Means there are two kinds of rails which are being used. One is normal rail 880 grade or R260 grade, and the other is head-hardened grade. That is 1175 and 1080. So these are the special rails where the tensile strength is very high, abrasion is very low, and erosion is very, very low. So this is the first time that Indian Railway is taking this particular grade, 1175. And this is a trial order. Once we go through, and then there'll be a great demand in the country because Indian Railway is interested in switching over from normal rails to specialty rails so that more axle load per wagon load can be increased from existing 64 ton to 75 tons. So this is a very good breakthrough, and we are now developing another grade for the Indian Railway that is called R260, and this is also a grade with different chemistry, and this will also increase the wagon load or the axle load per axle. That will be 75 tons total per wagon as against of 64 ton per wagon. One more news I would like to give you. First time in the country, we have got orders from France Rail. So we are, there is a confirmed order, it is already produced, 12,000 tons of blooms to manufacture rails in France. We have got this order. This is a very specialty product. And this breakthrough is a very good breakthrough for JSPL. And we are going to ship it within this month of April. So this is also a very good business.
Okay, fair enough. We also understand that export prices currently are at the widest ever discount that we've seen versus domestic prices. Could you throw some light on the pricing there as well? You know, how much have average realizations fallen?
You see, when we compare with the export versus domestic, today we cannot compare in the sense because export is primarily semis. So semis means slabs, semis means billets, blooms. These are the products, semi-finished products. Whereas domestic product for us is not semis, it is for the plates, for specialty plates as well as rails, as well as merchant mill products like angle iron, channels, beams, and hot rolled coils. So two are the different products, but still we have been maintaining a good EBITDA, and we work on the basis of EBITDA. So in a time when the country is under lockdown and the steel markets are not open, so this is the right strategy to export whatever is possible and to earn the foreign exchange for the country. So we are working that we should get an EBITDA level about 6,000 rupees minimum, and this is how we are getting.
All right, great. You've also bagged an iron ore mine in the recent Odisha auctions. How much can be procured, you know, if we take into account now all the captive mines?
You see, we are now fully reliant, self-reliant. We don't need to buy iron ore from the local sources or from Government of India, NMDC or OMC. So the company is completely self-reliant in iron ore, and we buy about a minimum quantity of 10 million ton. That is that we are now meeting out our requirement for pellet plant also and for the steel plants also.
Okay, now you clocked in the highest ever production, Mr. Sharma, that you saw in March. What's the inventory position for you? You know, and also, do you think there'll be some kind of an inventory glut in India? We're looking at China also now starting to get back into production. You know, what if they're also looking at Indian shores to dump? What's the situation going to look like according to you?
There are no inventories. We closed on 31st March with about 7 days of inventory, which is very normal. But in April, we found that it was very difficult to move the material within the country. So we changed our strategy. We are moving everything for exports. So we switched over to the production of billets, blooms, and semi-finished products. And that has helped us and that has saved us. So there is no inventory piled up in the plant. The only little inventory we have, that is the ports. So this is the reason that we are using all 4 ports today. One port is Paradip, which is the nearest. The second nearest is Gopalpur, and third nearest is Vizag or Gangavaram. So they both are in a close proximity, about 22 kilometers from each other. So we are not finding any inventory pile up in any of the ports of that much. It takes about 6 to 7 days time to sail, to get the vessel loaded and to sail.
Okay, I also just want to ask you on the recent, a pairing of debt that you've done. You've also repaid about 391 crores, released some pledged shares. You've talked about how you'll continue to pay debt, going forward as well. So the reduction that you're planning in terms of total debt, could you just talk us through that? And while you have repaid this amount, will you still be opting for the moratorium on other borrowings as has been allowed by the RBI?
There are three strategies today. One is moratorium. Basically, we will definitely like to utilize because inflow from the domestic market is not there. So most of the letter of credits which are pending for the negotiations, those are with the Indian banks in counter of our customer or our customers, our banks or customers' bank. The issue is because the country was under lockdown and is still under lockdown, so the interbank courier service was not available. So this is the reason that the moratorium will be used to manage the day-to-day working capital. Secondly, the pledged shares. So our aim is that we'll buy back the pledged shares within next 30 to 45 days. That is our second strategy. The third is the inflow is quite good now from exports, and we are getting regular funds because all of the exports are against the confirmed letter of credits. So though there had been some problems in courier services internationally also, like Singapore and Hong Kong, they were unable to retire the documents. But now we have discussed with our customers and they are releasing the payment based on the copy documents. And this is a great help, and we get the TT transfer within 3 to 4 days time. So the inflow will be regular in next 10 to 15 days. So I think April should be better. As far as the overall debt reduction is, we have our plan as it is. There is no change. We will be reducing about 5,000 crore in the current financial year 2021. And today we are at a level of about 34,000 crores. So we'll come back to about 29,000 crore. And we are aiming a overall sales turnover about 45 to 48,000 crores. So this is what our aim is. So looking to our sales turnover versus our debt, we are fairly okay. And we have a plan that within 3 years' time, we'll be in a position to bring debt to a very lean level of SEBI around 12 to 15,000 crore. And this is what we are aiming for. So our initial plans are as it is, no change. Hopefully, all these domestic markets will start open slowly, gradually. We are thankful to this Ministry of Steel. They have already taken out a notification to start the steel industry and MSMEs. So once the MSMEs start, then I think situation will improve further. But till that time, we are fully covered by exports. We have export orders till 15th or 20th of May. We can still book the orders. There are no issues.
Okay, fabulous. Thanks so much for joining us, Mr. Sharma. Good to hear the outlook is largely positive from your end. Thanks for joining us for that detailed chat this morning.